Welcome to the Friends and Rivals podcast.
Oh shit, I don't know how to share on this thing.
Let's talk Devils and Islanders, let's talk Penguins and Rangers, but let's not talk about Flyers, cause they're a bunch of fucks, which no one can deny,
Didn't know
Episode 67 of the Friends and Rivals podcast.
No. Fuck that shit. Shut your mouth. Episode 67's Friends and Rivals podcast coming at you. I am one of your hosts, Tom Harkins. With me, as always, are
Stephen Wojtowicz. Happy to have Tom back in the saddle.
William Vergere, I guess so.
Nick Luria, different.
What do you mean? Did you guys...
1 out of 3, buddy. If it's baseball, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Last week's show? There was no pep. There was no energy. Come on, boys. Well, and look, talk about energy, right? We're gonna start this week's with a friggin' death dedication. We have lost a. All right, so we gotta do a death dedication. We gotta go right into a death dedication from that upbeat, high energy intro. We lost one of our guests who just started coming onto the show. We were a big fan of his. And he's going to be sorely missed. Growing up, I knew him from this clip that was from Beverly Hills Cop 2. No, he was playing some lawyer.
Sidney Bernstein.
I understand. Somebody wait. Come right in. Don't let the fact that my door's closed dissuade you in any way from entering my office.
Sir, we're at the Beverly Hills Police Department. Are you Mr. Sidney Bernstein?
Yes, lucky guess.
Well, sir, you have 25 unpaid parking tickets. We have a warrant for your arrest.
25? What 25?
You have 25 unpaid parking tickets, sir?
I pay my tickets. I pay all my tickets.
Sir, do you own a black Mercedes-Benz license plate number CRL 507?
507? That's my wife's car. That's not my car. That's
She has 25 unpaid parking tickets.
It's under my name, but it's my wife's car. No. Bitch!
Tickets have not been paid. That means you're liable. Can you cuff Mr. Bernstein, please?
Cuff me! There are people out there with chainsaws. You're cuffing me.
Well, sir, you have 25 unpaid parking tickets, and it's your car, so we have to take you in.
Wait a second. I've got an idea. Is there something that I have in this office that I could hand to you and that would make you kind of forget that you're holding those little pink tickets there?
What are you trying to say, sir?
Like you'd be holding something in that hand, and this hand you'd forget about. This hand you'd be concentrating on. That hand you'd go, what did I have there? I don't even remember.
Oh, you mean like if I had, $200 in this hand?
Ouch! Let go of my arm! $200! Ouch! Please, I'm robbing you. That's what I'm doing. Here's 1, here's 2. They're real crisp.
Well, now my favorite whole part of Gilbert Gottfried coming on our show was when he called Billy a fatso. That was my favorite part of the entire show.
Mine too.
But Gilbert
Gottfried, he was so much nicer to me than most people.
Well, he was nicer to you than Steve ever was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gilbert Gottfried, you will be sorely missed. And let's have a moment of silence for Gilbert Gottfried. 65 years old, though, man. That's
It's all felonious. I'm not really dead. I'm still on the podcast.
Oh my God, he's back from the grave. Gilbert, are you?
I'm just such a big fan that I had to join the show tonight.
You're calling in the hotline. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's the hotline straight from heaven, right to the podcast.
Wait, you made it to heaven?
Wow, that is a shocker, right?
Holy shit.
There's a back door. I found it. I'm in heaven.
I heard you like the back door, but oh my goodness.
Ouch.
Is that what you said? No?
Sorry, I have to be going now. They're calling my name up to the altar.
Wow, already. Well, Gilbert, thank you for coming on the show yet again. It was an honor and privilege to have you on our show, and may you rest in peace, sir.
St. Peter, don't take this wrong. Let's go, Devils.
Who knew he was a Devils fan? Holy shit.
Of course.
Steve, did you know he was a Devils fan?
I had no idea he was a Devils fan. That's crazy. It's so sad that we lost someone who was part of the family.
Unbelievable.
It should have been Putty.
I was going to say, he's the only person I could think of that actually. As a celebrity that watches the Devils. I mean, jeez.
I mean, Kevin Smith's a Devils fan, and he was really close to getting up there first a couple years back.
Oh yeah,
You're dying.
it was
Yeah.
teetering on
Really
the edge.
close.
Uh,
But 65, man, that's too young.
That's young.
That is way too young.
That's not even a driver's license away for some of us. Right? No, I guess it is.
That's
It seems
like you.
impossible. I feel like he's been.
It's
in
not
his
even the
40s my entire
drinking
life.
age away for some of us.
Right. Well, when Beverly Hills Cop 2 came out, what, 1989, 90, in that range?
Probably, yeah.
He was what? He had to be what, 35 at the time, 30 years old, maybe even younger.
Gotta be younger.
Jesus Christ.
It's 30 years.
30
Oh,
years, 60 years, 35 then.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It's just math. Bill, double check.
Bill, check the math. Is it good?
You nailed it.
Thanks,
Good
buddy.
job.
Thanks. I don't think he really calculated that, but I think he did.
Well, all right. So let's move away from Gilbert Godfrey. May he rest in peace, and go on. You guys didn't do a fucking food segment last week. How do you not do the show and not do that? Is our whole shtick is a food segment.
We tried to come up with things to debate,
Right.
but
Right.
guys, what did we figure out?
It's not debatable.
They're all weren't debatable.
Nothing.
Not debatable.
Well, listen. My number one, not debatable tonight, boys. Not even close.
Of course.
You may try, but it's just not going to work.
Of course.
Tonight, we have all been waiting. We've been waiting for this for 2 weeks. Billy's been waiting a lifetime for this.
Mm.
Top 5
Mm.
ice creams. Now, this is ice cream that you buy in the supermarket. Steve and I had a sidebar conversation last night. If it comes in a pint, it's probably okay. That's why, Halo Farms, they're very specific to a farm in New Jersey, but a place like Carvel does not count because they do not sell the pint-sized ice cream that you can buy in a store or somewhere else. Friendlies, okay, but not Carvel. Can't do Carvel, which took a lot of mine out of the running.
That's fair.
Well, actually took one out of the running.
Fudgy
so-
whale.
Well, no, Billy, what is that, a cake?
No, it's just
No, it's not a fucking cake. It's ice cream in the shape of a cake, as we all know. All right, so we'll do top 5 ice creams. Starting at number 5, working away to number 1. Billy, you have been waiting so long.
Am I first?
Why don't you go ahead and lead us off? pal?
I'm first. I'm so.
you
happy
go ahead
that
and
I'm
lead us
first
off,
this
buddy.
week. That makes me so happy. Okay, now my number 5 ice cream.
Do you also know why you get to go first this week?
No.
Do you know why? Because last week, at the end of the segment, you didn't say something witty. You saved it for me.
I said I only
appreciate
say
that.
witty things for daddy.
That's well, I just assumed that was daddy.
Oh, yeah,
So-
of course.
All right.
Of course, for daddy's love. I would only do that for daddy's love. All right. So, and my number 5, I feel like is also going to get some of daddy's love because my number 5 ice cream, I gotta say, is just plain ice cream. Plain.
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 Fucking plain.
Let me educate you on something. Listen, you're a fat man, and you're also, I would never question your judgment on math, on a lot of things. Okay, but there is no such thing as plain fucking ice cream. It's
plain.
vanilla flavored ice cream. Okay, it's
Well,
not
yeah, it's the plain.
fucking plain. It's vanilla ice cream. On the box, does it say plain or does it say vanilla?
Well, it says vanilla, but everybody knows.
Then it's vanilla flavor.
But it's just like the base ice cream. There's no flavor in it. It's just
Wow.
a plain. Ice
No,
cream.
it's got flavor in it. It's called vanilla.
Holy cow.
Well, yeah, but it's just it's the ice cream that doesn't have anything in it. It's plain.
You're missing the whole. Vanilla is a flavor that you put. It's an additive to the ice cream to make it flavorful.
Well, I mean, it's not. It doesn't have a lot of flavors in it. It's like chocolate and stuff as a flavor.
Vanilla is a
Vanilla's
delicious
just a-
flavor.
No, it's just a basic, and it's nice and creamy, and I like it. I like it to add things onto it, or sometimes just to have it It's just good. It's just good and
You're,
wholesome.
you're a lost cause.
If Tom's playing the screaming psycho tonight, what do I do?
No, you can join in. We could play bad cop,
Okay.
bad cop, good cop.
Okay.
No problem.
That's my number 5.
Usually what you do anyway. So
Nicholas, number 5.
my number 5 is also
Don't fucking say it,
Eddie's
goddammit.
plain vanilla bean
Mother-
ice cream.
What, you can't say plain vanilla. You can't say both of them in the same goddamn sentence. Take out the plain and just say vanilla ice cream.
So vanilla plain bean ice cream is my number 5. I only because I would like to do is put bananas with it, make milkshakes. I mean, this is kind of like it's sort of cheating, but that's kind of how I always eat vanilla ice cream.
Wow.
And I think we always ate Edie's growing up. I'm pretty sure. I was trying to remember what it looked like. Like pretty positive it was Edie's.
Did it look like vanilla ice cream?
With the little
Yeah.
black dots.
That would be
Yeah, little
Briar's.
black
Then.
dots.
That's Briar's.
That would be Briar's.
Briar's
I don't
had the
think it's
vanilla
Briar's.
bean.
You didn't think it was Briar's?
Nick,
Maybe it's a different one.
Nick,
I don't know. What?
Nick. It was Briar's.
I don't think it's Briar's.
And I'll tell you why later.
Okay.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Ooh, I'm sensing. Ooh.
Foreshadowing.
My number 5 is on the newer side when it comes to ice cream. It seems like in the last 4 or 5 years, they've started to try different things and mix in different candy bars.
Mm.
So my number 5 is Twix ice cream.
That sounds good. I've never had it. Is it like the
Yeah,
candy bar?
again, they just all started popping up. Everybody's trying to do different things.
Huh.
So does
Check it
taste
out.
like-
Highly
does it-
recommended.
does it
Tastes like
taste
it. Yeah, I mean,
Twix?
yeah. Tastes like a Twix.
Do you know what I found out as I was searching online for some ice cream flavors?
Something strawberry.
No. Even better, might just blow your mind in particular.
Ooh.
You ready for this? The
Okay,
next
wait.
time you're at the Walmart, Target, Stop and Shop, wherever you go, maybe even ShopRite, look in the frozen ice cream section for, are you ready?
Milky Way.
Swiss cake roll ice cream.
Ooh, are you kidding me?
They have
Little Debbie
they have
brand?
Little Debbie's apparently came out with a line of
Hmm.
fucking ice cream with Nutter Butters.
I
And
gotta
all-
go.
And it's
I can't record anymore. I gotta go. I gotta go.
I gotta go. Blew my mind. I
Wow.
could not believe that they had a Swiss cake roll
That
flavored ice
sounds
cream.
amazing.
Sounds amazing.
Interesting.
Amazing. My number 5, I'm gonna go the Ben and Jerry's route. Ben and Jerry's will make another appearance on my list, but I'm gonna go chocolate fudge brownie.
Mm.
Also, Charlie's favorite.
He's a smart kid. I mean, there's no debating, no debating it. Number 5, chocolate fudge brownie, delicious.
Bill,
All
number 4.
So my number 4, and I forget which one of you is going to be disgusted by this, but I'm sure one of you was disgusted by this. But
Wait, is it spaghetti
number
squash
4
ice cream?
is going to be mint chocolate chip.
Oh, Tom. That's
So,
Tom.
so far on my list, Billy, I want to fucking wring your neck.
And when it's mint chocolate chip, because some of those newfangled like ice cream people think a mint chocolate chip should be like a white ice cream. No, man, I want that neon green.
Green.
Give me
It's
that.
gotta
Give
be
me that
yeah.
green coloring.
What the
in that
hell
mint
thinks
chocolate
What
chip.
is
mint
the-
chocolate chip should be vanilla looking?
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't make any sense, right?
It's a good thing
Yeah.
you said vanilla looking, not plain looking. So you can
Give me
say it
that
now, but you
neon
couldn't say it when
green,
you were
baby.
talking about your number fucking 5 ice cream, huh? Jerk.
It's a good choice.
I,
It's a good
I-
choice.
I can't even look at you right now. Nick, number 4.
Number 4. Tom would like this one. I don't know if the problem I'm having with this one is I don't know if there's our local place has this, so that's why I picked it. I didn't think of, in a like a grocery store. So there's only one like this, but I'm not changing it. Fuck you guys. It's strawberry cheesecake ice cream,
Mm.
which is fantastic. It tastes just
Any-
like cheesecake.
Is it like
with
little
strawberry.
little balled up little
yeah,
balled up pieces of
cheesecake.
cheesecake. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything with
and ice
strawberry in
cream.
it, it's probably fucking delicious.
Oh, it's super good. Every time I go to the place by us, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting. I can't say no to that. It's just too good. It's too good.
It sounds fucking great, Nick. I gotta
It's
tell you.
great.
It
You'd
sounds
love it.
amazing. I'm salivating already.
My number 4 is Edie's slow churn vanilla with caramel swirl.
Ooh,
Now, Edie's
interesting.
slow churn, as you all know, is healthy ice cream.
Oh, very.
Well, of
Extremely.
course it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Slow churn, so it's healthy ice cream.
Like one.
There's just something about it. It's
Slower.
it's so soft too. Like it doesn't get hard like normal ice cream that comes in a pint where you really gotta chisel it out.
You gotta be like 65 and older to eat this, right?
Well, 45 and old.
My number 4, I'm going the Breyers route. We got your classic vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
Oh,
Little
Oh,
Neapolitan action going on.
Neapolitan.
There's just something
Tom.
about when you mix the chocolate and the strawberry ice cream together that just
so you
that
go
just does it.
across and not section by section.
right. How do you eat it?
Wait, hold on. Let me guess. You go section by section, you fucking psychopath.
And guess what never gets touched?
Strawberry?
Duh.
You just throw it out.
Duh. Yeah.
Don't throw it out. What?
Oh my god!
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
ship
get
it to you from now on. No, I just don't buy it anymore. Oh yeah, without a doubt, it never got touched.
You remember when it used to come in that they all used to come
Yes,
in the
I do
box?
remember when I used to come. It was a good time.
Oh, but it used to come in the box and you have the lid that comes up. That always
Oh yeah.
those are the good old days. Billy, what fucking disgusting ice cream do you have at number 3?
My number 3 disgusting ice cream. I don't have a brand. Like I actually got it like back in Allentown College in my college days. They would have like a vat of ice creams, and this was always one of the flavors, and it was fantastic. And I think some people sell it now anyway, but it was like a chocolate ice cream with just like a peanut butter swirl in it, and utterly fantastic. Yeah, I'll take a chocolate peanut butter for my number 3.
It's a Reese's.
I can't disagree with you on this one. That's well done. That's well done.
Sounds good. My number 3 is from Haagen-Dazs. That would be
Fucking
Dulce
hoity-toity
de
motherfucker.
leche.
Dolce de leche.
Can't go wrong. Dolce de leche is delicious. Yes.
Yeah, if you haven't had it, it's got a very caramel flavor.
Haagen-Dazs is the Pepperidge Farms of the ice cream world, as we all know.
It's
It's like
always-
it's
It's always
really
something
is.
too snooty for you.
It's really hoity-toity.
Yeah, I would never get it, but it had. I remember what happened was we went one day to the mall and they had the sign for like a dulce de leche shake, and Tara was like, "Ooh, that sounds good. Let's get that." And so we got it, and it was fucking awesome. And so that was like our go-to when we went to the mall. We always like, all right, we gotta get one of those. But then I started
When they went to the mall.
Went to the mall today.
Oh, Robin Sparkles.
My number 3 is Breyers Vanilla Bean. And this is how I know it's definitely manufactured by Breyers. It's my number 3. I should know who makes it.
Okay. Nobody else made
Gotta
vanilla
be
bean?
vanilla bean too. As much as I love vanilla ice cream, if I have my preference, it's vanilla bean. It's got to have the little sparkles in it.
Steven, you got a fucking star for this top 10 list. You know what? Or top 5. You get a star for this segment. Well done.
Just
You know
wait,
why?
just
You know
wait.
why you
Thank
get a star?
buddy.
Because you didn't
Because
call
we
it
matched
plain.
up.
Well, because you didn't call it plain.
Oh no, I would never.
That's
do
why
that.
you get a star.
No.
Same fucking idiots that don't toast their Pop-Tarts.
Regular milk is plain.
Wait, what? Don't put Pop-Tarts not toasted? That's disgusting. The fuck?
Oh no, Fatso.
Not me.
We don't have to change the subject right now.
Oh, it will be brought up eventually. Don't you worry.
That's next week. Pop-Tarts next week.
I think we're gonna have to go Pop-Tart route.
Oh.
next week now.
I thought we were doing
Wait, but I
Pop-Tarts
thought
this
we
week,
were doing ice cream truck next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh,
We're doing
yeah,
ice
yeah,
cream.
we gotta
Unless we
do
want
ice cream.
to,
Ooh,
unless we
okay,
want to
okay.
split ice
Ice cream
cream
truck next
and
week.
do Pop-Tarts and then
Bill-
go back to ice cream.
Um,
I'm good either way.
Billy
I'm-
doesn't want to miss on the chance to
I'm
do
easy.
market research.
but my number 3, I worked there for one day, but I still I do
God.
like their ice cream. I worked there a little less than one of our other co-hosts. The Friendly's Black Raspberry Ice Cream. I'm all in, all in, all day, all the time.
And you could buy that by the pint?
No, you can buy a half gallon.
Okay.
But what's
Surprised you didn't
better-
go with one of the cups.
What's better than the Friendly's Black Raspberry was the Carvel Black Raspberry. The Carvel Black Raspberry ice cream would have been number 1 on my list. Unfortunately, it's not. I used to get it with peanut butter sauce and hot fudge.
How was he not 100?
That
Thousand
mixture
pounds.
and that flavor was what
Holy
it was.
shit.
It was heaven. It was fucking heavenly, heavenly.
You seriously should have been 500 pounds growing up.
I had a very high metabolism growing
Dude,
up, which
metabolism.
has since
Unbelievable.
stopped.
Stop.
Dead.
Yes.
It has stopped dead.
All right, so this seems to happen to me at least once every time we go around one of these things, but especially
If
when
you
I go out
say
to
sun chip flavor ice cream, I'm gonna punch you.
No, but my number 2, and I can show it to you written down here, is Friendly's Black Raspberry.
Oh baby.
Wow.
Sorry, Steve, you just got bumped.
It's
Billy,
a-
welcome back to the club, pal. Welcome back.
Back to the brand and everything. It's exactly how I typed it out.
It's amazing.
Wow.
We were meant to be friends.
So everything Tom said.
And
Yeah.
lovers.
We were meant to be friends. No.
Nicely done.
That's happened. All right. What?
All right. My number 2 is chocolate ice cream. Plain chocolate ice cream, which
Plain chocolate.
I mean, it doesn't have chocolate chips
You
in
say
it.
plain chocolate. I mean, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I think the favorite one is probably Godiva. Used to make ice cream. I think they started making ice
Jesus
cream again.
Christ.
How hoity
Haagen-Dazs, Godiva.
Oh my
tried it.
god!
What's your number 1 flavor gonna
Okay.
be? Diamond ice cream?
Godiva's the Haagen-Dazs of the
Yeah,
Pepperidge
okay.
Farm.
Listen.
Yeah, chocolate with gold flakes.
This is like we used to get ice cream at the store, and Godiva would have sales because people weren't buying it. So we'd get the 2 for $5 pints thing, like they have every once in a while, for every one of these places. Godiva stopped making the ice cream. They stopped, and eventually they didn't sell it in New Jersey for whatever reason.
Christ, did your
And then,
fucking housekeeper go out and buy it too? My God,
Housekeeper.
heaven!
Jesus.
Your maid? My word!
Dude, it wasn't even expensive. It was the same as everything
How would
else.
you get anywhere when the limo was out picking you up Haagen-Dazs ice cream?
I pick it up and throw it at all the poor people. Just be like, be not poor.
Did you like run into the car like the Drummond boys ran into the limo? Is that how you ran into the limousine?
More like the what's that show? The 70s show. That the orange car.
Let him flounder.
Oh, that 70s show.
Let him flounder.
The Dukes of
Alright.
Hazzard.
Fuck you, Steve.
Billy, shut up!
Slide into the windows.
He
Like,
slid across
oh.
the roof to get in.
Yeah, right into the sunroof. Boop! Jumped right
Yeah.
in.
It was like a
Ah.
whole one.
My number 2 is cookies and cream. Doesn't matter where it's from. You can't go wrong with cookies and cream. Am I back on your list, Tom?
Yes, and you know why?
Why?
Because my number 2, cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream, baby! Yeah!
Cookies and cream.
Booyakasha!
My favorite right now is Publix because
Yeah.
that's the food store we have here. But typically, in my opinion, on some flavors, the store brands really freaking good. Really
Yeah.
freaking good. They try harder and put a little extra fat in there. You gotta love it.
Ooh, nice.
All right, so that brings me to my number 1, which was a family brand when I was a kid. It's harder to find these days, but we always used to have it in my house. Welch's, and the flavor is Coffee Royale.
Coffee
Oh,
Royale.
wow.
With cheese. So what made it Royale?
It was a quarter pound of ice cream and he could eat it all at
They
once.
didn't have a quarter pound in our house. So it was called the Royale, Coffee Royale. So it was a coffee ice cream. It was with a fudge swirl.
Ooh, that's the Royale part.
That's the Royale. Yeah.
Royalty loves their chocolate swirl. It's probably Godiva, right, Nick?
This was very hoity-toity. This was a hoity-toity ice cream for sure.
Well, that sounds really yummy. My number one is not made of diamonds, Steven. It's actually from Ben & Jerry's. It's my favorite, and it's not debatable. Number one, fish food. Those little pieces of chocolate ice cream, or chocolate, just chocolate, little
Just
fish
chocolate.
in
Just plain
the
chocolate.
chocolate ice cream with the marshmallow and caramel. It's like just amazing. As long as it's not too soupy, you gotta make sure it doesn't get too. You gotta put it back in the freezer, like that marshmallow like harden up.
Really hard.
Yeah, hard enough that's not like just like becomes like marshmallow fluff, which some people like in this.
I'm a big fan of making the hard ice cream soft and soupy. I'm a big fan of that, by the way.
After you put it into the bowl.
Well, of course.
And then you like.
Yeah, and you mix it all
Okay.
around, especially with a little whipped cream. The whipped cream mixes in there with that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Billy
You know, like
never,
microwave
Billy
it.
never understood that because the ice cream would be gone way before
last
it
long
even
enough.
started
I
melting.
didn't know. Does ice cream melt? I was not aware.
Billy didn't even have to fucking clean his bowl. That's how quick he ate it. My number one, and it's not debatable, is Halo Farms chocolate chip cookie dough. It used to be Ben & Jerry's, but much like Welch's, if you can get ice cream from a dairy, it's always better.
Yep.
And
Oh.
Halo Farms, for anybody who's listening, God knows why, and doesn't know, is a dairy down in Trenton.
Well,
And
I
you
mean,
can
I'm
go-
sure Brian's listening. He'll go.
You can go to the creamery and the ice cream is dirt cheap.
Yes, it's very cheap.
And it's so good.
Even if you go to the store in Princeton, it's still cheap.
Yeah.
If
But
you're the last person to buy ice cream that night, you
They
got your
just-
ice cream.
hook you up. Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you had to be the last person, which you're not. It's
Yeah.
a huge line all the time. So.
Right.
But
So Halo Farms chocolate chip cookie dough, and it's not debatable.
It's the reason why I'm going last, because mine is not debatable at all. Okay. Ben & Jerry's makes a return appearance at number one with their flavor peanut butter cup. Chocolate ice cream with peanut butter cup. I mean, it's the best. It's the perfect marriage. Chocolate and peanut butter together. It is the perfect marriage. Perfect marriage.
So I'm looking at my list, and you know what shocks me, other than the fact that I didn't have anything Ben & Jerry's? As much as I love candy bars, no chocolate on my list. Like
Twix?
chocolate accents, chocolate in the cookie dough, chocolate in the cookies and cream, chocolate in
But
the
then it's
Twix.
just- But they're plain ice cream otherwise, aren't they?
But
just
it's all
vanilla.
plain. It's all plain
All
ice
vanilla.
cream
It's all
otherwise.
vanilla ice cream. Fuck yourself.
Yeah. It's all vanilla.
Tom, you only had one strawberry. Did you have Neapolitan?
Yeah, that was it. I mean, straight strawberry. Now, when we get to ice cream truck next week, might be a different story. Might be a different story. Listen, anybody have an honorable mention?
Well, do you know what I don't like about all of your lists, actually? Nothing. They're all great. I will eat all of them.
You want to know what else
Times.
shocks me? Tom is not eating.
I'm drinking my new flavor this week that I just found that they had. It's watermelon bubbly. It is I used to drink Aha's and I used to drink Polar. Polar kind of lost its luster. I still have Polar when it comes to just plain seltzer because I do like that on occasion. But I was drinking Aha for a while.
Cares.
But
Aren't we doing a
bubbly,
top five
nobody
seltzer
cares.
episode?
but
Nobody
bubbly,
cares.
man. Every one of these that
Did
you
anybody
drink,
ask him?
it's like you're eating that
Because
particular fruit.
we were just
It's
talking about ice
just
cream.
Fucking
What-
delicious.
How did we get on seltzer?
It's a new sponsor, right?
So honorable
We're
mention
reaching out.
rainbow.
We're reaching out.
Honorable mention is rainbow sherbet.
That's not ice cream.
I had coffee ice cream as mine.
Mm. Cookie dough
Oh, fuck you.
was Steve's
Number
number
one.
one, but cookie
Number
dough
one, and it's
definitely-
not debatable.
But Ben and Jerry's has this half-baked one where it's got cookie dough and fudge brownie.
Mm.
My God in heaven, blow your mind.
Maybe I just don't go ice cream shopping enough.
You go food? Do you do the food shopping in the house?
Yes, but when I food shop, I am a perimeter shopper. I shop around the outside of the store.
Does Tina give you a list?
Oh, fuck yeah. I won't go to the store without a list.
Did she ever
And-
go to?
and
the- you ever
I will go to the
store?
store with a list and not deviate from the list at all. And that's it. I'm in, list out. That's
You
it.
won't deviate from the list, so you never go to the food store hungry and be like,
It
"Oh,
doesn't
that's
matter.
really
No.
good."
My objection when I go to the food store is to get out as quick as possible.
Your
I
objection?
think that's everybody's
Objective?
thinking. Yeah, but you walk past something and you're like, oh, that fucking looks delicious. I just gotta grab that.
Obviously. What else would you do?
I object to you, sir.
I know.
It's
Goodness.
quite the objection.
Did you ever go to the food store with the list and still bring home the wrong thing?
No. No,
Yeah.
you got a list. Well, who the fuck would do that?
I accidentally grabbed fucking sour cream one night, and I
Like the wrong item
grabbed
completely?
regular sour cream and
Oh,
didn't
boy.
get the light sour cream.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I got read the fucking riot act for a month.
And that was just from Ryan and Tyler.
I
Ugh.
just got the look of you're an idiot, but
Oh,
not
and-
an idiot,
and-
but
God forbid within that month, you have to go back to the store.
No.
You're getting a list, you're getting a fucking text message, you're taking photos of the goddamn
Pictures of everything.
Oh my God.
oh no, you just got like the hey, don't forget to get the wrong thing this time, and make sure you get you want me to read it to you? I know it's hard to read, and that comprehension is really difficult.
No,
That
because
kind of
I
thing is what I
think
get.
Tina knows what the answer would be. You go to the fucking store. You go.
You don't like the way I shop, you go.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
so
why
we'll do,
did you willfully disregard everybody's health and get the regular sour cream over the light? Why would you do that?
I accidentally grabbed the wrong.
He was
They were
sick
right
of
next to
fucking
each other.
eating that light sour cream.
They were
He was
right
so
next to each
sick
other.
Of course, they're right
Why
next
would they
to
be
each
right
other.
next to each other? Who would
Where
put
do
the
you
sour
think they're
cream
going
in
to
a
keep the
section of
regular sour cream? By the bread?
Oh, there's,
Oh,
They
the
keep it in
light
the
sour cream's
fucking
over here with
refrigerator.
cream cheese, but the regular is over there.
No,
with the
they put the
ketchup.
regular next to the vanilla fucking ice cream, Bill. Jesus Christ.
they put it in the fatty section. Here's all the regular shit. And here's all the diet stuff.
That's what
They
they
have
should
a
the
do.
diet
really.
section. Why don't
Let's
they have a
face it.
fatty section?
Yay.
It's called the American section. That's all.
All right. So next week we will have the ice cream truck top five. Top five. Ice cream truck ice cream.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of overlap in that one, though. It's something that I think I can't imagine there's a lot of variety in that.
Oh, I'm sure there won't be. I won't have anything strawberry on my list, so I know Tom and I won't overlap.
Well, why not? I'm not everything on my list is going to be strawberry.
Yeah,
Not everything. I mean, I'm going to have a fucking bomb pop in there and maybe a screwball or two.
Strawberry shortcake.
All right, don't give it away.
Don't give away, Nick. Don't ruin it. You're going to ruin it.
Sorry.
All right.
Maybe those,
So
like,
there has been talk this week about the NHL supporting a play-in game for the playoffs. Do we have enough playoff? Don't enough teams from the league make the playoffs?
We need
Do
to
we
be
have to have
baseball.
a
Dumbest
play-in game
thing.
now?
Why are we baseball? We gotta make more excitement because we need more teams in? Half the fucking league is in the playoffs.
That's my point exactly. Can these, like the Islanders? They would be the Islanders and maybe either the Capitals or Columbus or something like that. They would have one game. Whoever wins that game makes the playoffs.
That would be a
So
shit deal for the Capitals.
8 and 9, right? That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
8 and 9.
Yeah, unless they
Right.
want to
Play
give
each
the
other to
number
be 8.
one seed like a bye in the first round, which I don't think they'll ever do. I don't think
No.
you can do that.
No.
I don't
That's
think
not
you
even
can
a
do that.
benefit.
I mean, isn't the regular season the play-in game?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bad idea.
Yeah, but listen, for one game, it generates a lot of interest. There's a lot of sponsorships available. There's a lot of money to be made off of that one play-in game. So you can have two, right? You can have
Right, East and
one
West.
and a Western Conference. one.
Unless they mirror basketball, and then you have two.
What?
So in basketball, 7 plays 8,
Right.
and the winner is the 7 seed. And then the loser, 8 plays 9.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't,
I don't like that.
It's all
I don't want any
complicated
of
and dumb.
No, I think I agree with Bill. I don't want any of that.
No,
So-
I agree with. I think we're unanimous, and the whole thing is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause
I-
it's
At some point, you have to be willing to say, you know what, we can make money off of this, but it's not a good idea.
But we're gonna make
Right.
more money off of sponsorships on the helmet. So let's just
Yeah.
do that instead.
I mean, think about it. If you told the Capitals that they have to play Isles for the in one game to get in the playoffs, they're 13 points up right now.
Slow down.
Like,
Nick.
how-
It might be the
how is that any-
Penguins. It might be
how is
you
that
might have to
fair?
tell the Penguins they have to play the Islanders.
Even still, it wouldn't matter. It's like the gap
Yeah.
is so ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It makes sense if there was a tie at the end of the season and they were like, hey, if there's a tie in points for 8 and 9, we're gonna do a playoff
Right.
of one game in. Okay, that makes
Then
fucking sense.
don't go with a tiebreak play-in game.
Yeah, why not? That makes actual sense. And then it would be like, oh well, that we created the same fucking thing from something we already have, but people don't get annoyed by like, oh, they were tied and we're just gonna give this one team had one more win in their division than the other
regulation, yeah.
team or whatever. Regulation, exactly. Like, who
It's dumb,
fucking
yeah.
cares?
In the Eastern Conference, I think we all agree that I don't think it makes a lot of sense. But if you look at the Western Conference, playing a little devil's advocate here, right? Dallas has 88 points as number 8 seed. Vegas with 85 points as the number 9 seed, and Vancouver's got 82 points as the number 10 seed. So there, it's a little bit more, tight with the points.
So
That's
here
the
you
only-
go. The last 10 games, whatever sponsorship you were going to get for the play-in game, give them the last 10 games of the season, make it the Discover Card playoff push is the last 10 games of the season. Or the last 2 weeks of the season is the Discover Card playoff push.
Yeah, but if the teams aren't playing each other, what the fuck does it matter?
A win is a win is a win. If a loss is a loss is a loss. It's still 2 points. If you could pick up 2 points on the other team, even if you're not playing them.
No, I listen. I get it. I get it, but I can see it more in the Western Conference than I can in the Eastern Conference, because again, there's such a separation right now.
And that might be part of the problem. It's too dependent upon how deep the conference is each season.
Right.
Yeah, because if the Islanders happen to win that game, then you're not going to team with 90, almost 100 points out when you only gain 80 points for the entire season.
Right.
I don't think that's fair.
No point. It's not. And like they did all that. And what happens if they just have a bad game or someone gets hurt during like their goalie gets hurt and in that game and they're fit, they should kill this team normally. There's too many dumb fucking things that are gonna happen out of that if they ever did something like that.
Hockey is a hard game to have that one and done scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially since every round is 7 games.
Yeah.
Because baseball, basketball, but they don't do that. They do the shortened ones. I think.
No, I
basketball
think
still
there's
does it.
7. I think there's 7 now.
Do they make?
They used to be. I think the first round used to be
was
5
5.
for
Used to be
basketball, but I think they've upped it.
That was
stupid. Did they really up it?
I thought so.
I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
I haven't watched basketball. I can't even tell you how long.
It's been a 7-game series for a long time.
Yeah.
Even I know that.
Even Bill. knows that.
Even Bill knows that.
Jesus.
All right. So I think we all agree that the playing game would be stupid. All right, let's take a ride on the Metro. Sponsored by Nestle Quick. Hello, boys and girls. Do you hate the taste of regular milk and need energy? Try Nestle Quick. One sip and you can feel the energy in your muscles. Nestle Quick, now available in chocolate and strawberry.
They say the real men drink pink. Then I'm a real man for sure. But if you like the brown, I still love you for who you are. Because it's time for acceptance of everyone, all preference. We're all quick on the inside anyway. Nestle Quick, it does the trick.
Which our sponsors called me last week, and you didn't call out the sponsor's name when you did the Ride the Metro section. You didn't even call it Ride the Metro section.
Fuck the Rangers.
Jesus Christmas. I'm sorry.
I
We're the
didn't-
only one with an X next to our name right now. Okay.
Go fuck yourself.
So, Nick, the Icelanders, hey, they're still mathematically alive. They're still battling. Could they catch Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh?
They're not going to catch Washington.
I mean, I don't think Pittsburgh's got less points, do they?
No, they have 95, but they played less games. They played 75 games.
They played 2 less games. Yeah, I mean,
They played
I
3
don't-
less
I don't-
games than you.
Yeah, 3 less games than us. I mean, 95. It's too much. I think.
The magic
much
number
to
is 3
catch up.
points, pretty much.
Yeah, there's no, like very little room for error here. I mean, it made sense with Washington if somehow they lost a few games in a row, we won a few games in a row, and keep it close enough that they could potentially play those 2 games at the end of the year, and the last 3 games we played against Washington, so we had a chance to have a 4-point swing there with 1 game to go. But it's too far away. They're playing well, which is the shitty part, but we kind of figured that would happen over time if you get things start to equalize with COVID and scheduling and now everything starting to kind of normalize after all that nonsense. But it's been just too much to overcome, I think. They were 2-1 this week, 2-1 win over Carolina. Almost a shutout. Should have been a shutout. Carolina scored just about a minute to go. And it wasn't for Palmieri coming in 15 seconds left, buried the game. And we were able to take that one. I was really kind of pissed. I should have went to the game. Wasn't able to make it. Had stuff going on. And I was kind of bummed about it. But kids had stuff to do. And it's kind of like one of those things where making that happen was just kind of a tall order. But whatever. They won. And they played really well. Really played really good again. And then we had another game right back to back on the road against the Blues, where Isles got beat up in that game, 6-1 loss. Barzal was a -5 in the game. It felt like every goal was against their line. All the goals happened by the end of the second period. 4 goals in the second by the Blues. It was not a good game. Even though the shot totals were about even, it's usually, which is an indicator that the Isles are usually having a decent game because we usually get outshot based on the way we play, but it wasn't really that kind of game. And I think that was kind of the death into the playoff hunt, though, because you can't lose many games, and I think that game they lost that game, and Washington won that day. It's a 4-point swing. So. Lastly, we had a 5-4 shootout win against Pittsburgh at home, and this was I don't know. This is I feel like when we play at Pittsburgh, tends to be more offense in these games. I don't know if they just decide not to play defense, either team. Some games there were some good goals and there were some really bad goals, both sides, and but I mean, aside from that, it was a really entertaining game to watch. I really enjoyed watching that game. Sorokin made some great saves. He had one really bad misplay on the second goal, I think it was, where he thought he had nobody. He thought it was one guy, and played real hard on the edge of the crease, and puck kicked back out to the middle, and there was another guy right there. He just put it in the basically empty net, and he was so out of position. He just kind of like the pirouette, couldn't do anything about it. One of the few major, just like, oh shit, didn't see that coming. kind of goals. But outside that, he made a bunch of big saves late in the game and kept Pittsburgh pressured off, and they were able to win that game. But Isles actually dominated possession in chunks of the game too. It was very strange to see that happen because usually we don't see that too much of the Isles. They're more of a chip and chase and cycle. But they had a couple times where they were like really portions of the second and third period. They were dominating some of that time in the possession in the Penguin zone. Not that Penguins didn't do it right back. It was a fun game to watch. I really enjoyed that, and but I think at this point in the season, it's kind of too little, too late for us. Casey Zikas was had a bad check in the Blues game and was out for the Pittsburgh game for 1 game suspension. Actually, I think it was the Canes game. That was the Carolina game. I'm sorry, Carolina game. He had the bad hit. Chara had another bad hit in the Blues game, which I'm thinking of. But weirdly, he only got a 2-minute minor for like basically interfering with the guy and like hitting him into the boards. And the guy went into the boards pretty hard. Hit his head and kind of like got up and like fell back down. And it was only like a 2-minute penalty. It was like surprising. Like, he should have got a game misconduct for that. It was blatant, interference, and injured the guy. So it was really strange to me. But some reason, I guess his Bruins days where they didn't call anything in the Bruins carried over to that game, and refs didn't just turn a blind eye or something. I don't know, but starting to turn the focus away from playoffs at this point towards just maybe we'll see some kids play a little bit more this year and start to think about next year and see how what's gonna look like. But we'll talk about that more in the upcoming couple of weeks.
Dave, Devils are giving kids a look. See, a couple kids scored in their first NHL goal.
Yeah, I mean, they really don't have a choice given the fact that the injury bug has hit them pretty severely. But last night, Fabian Zetterlund and Kevin Ball getting their first NHL goals. Zetterlund was the talk of the town after his game against Dallas on Saturday. They actually bumped him up to the first line.
I need to interrupt 1 second. Sure. None of us at the Friends and Rivals podcast give a fuck which Devils scored their first NHL goal. And do we congratulate them? No, we don't.
Of course we do. It was on Twitter. I read it.
No, they can go screw themselves. None of us, only one of us at the Friends and Rivals podcast gives a shit about.
I read it on the Friends and Rivals podcast.
Goddamn goal. All right.
All 4 of us wish them congratulations.
No, one person, the marketing department did. That's it.
Tom, it was on the internet.
It was just a plain goal.
Actually, William, if I may, it was a spectacular. Fabian Zetterlund's goal was really good. 2-on-1 with Nico Hischier, who topped the 50-point mark again, the first time since his rookie season. 20 goals, more than 20 goals on the season. He's been playing really well. But beautiful dish over to Zetterlund, who roofed it to score his first goal. Kevin Ball, nice slap shot from the blue line. And that's about all the good that's been happening with the Devils. No, I mean, they beat it seems like the third period against Dallas. They came roaring back, 3 goals in the third period to win that. If you can, there was a shift that Nico had where he scored 25 seconds, just him carrying the puck all through the offensive zone, just waiting for someone on Dallas to take it from him, and nobody could. It was incredible.
What a selfish player. Player. Doesn't he know he has teammates?
Well, look at the roster. There's a reason why he's selfish. The Hamburglar, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was I wrong? Wow. 6 goals on 19 shots against Montreal.
How's nobody else picked up on this guy? This guy's got good stats.
6 goals on 19 shots.
Wait, so the Devils got a bad goalie?
Only the 7th one this season. Blackwood actually is on this trip that continues tomorrow in Colorado, and
Yeah,
then finishes up in Seattle and Vegas. So maybe we see him in Seattle or Vegas. Hopefully Seattle.
So we're not going to see him tomorrow?
No,
Throw him to the Wolves.
bet the over tomorrow, everyone. Bet the over. Colorado and the over.
Steve's already down on his team. That's usually when the Devils do good. So
That's
really
typically is, but I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow.
well, listen, the Avalanche are playing the Kings tonight at home. I mean, back-to-back games. Take the Devils for granted a little bit, like they already did.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
not after that comeback beat by a victory by the Devils in New Jersey. I have a feeling Colorado is not taking them lightly.
Mm.
They are looking to prove a point. So, like I said, Colorado, Seattle, and Vegas next three up. And just like Nick, fucking season's over. It's been over for a long time. I've shifted my focus. I'm, tuning in only sporadically at this point. But heading into another off season where we hope to become a little bit better.
A little bit.
Like you have the Mets to look forward to. So
I mean,
you got that.
At this point, though, they are the fifth worst team. They were the third worst team in the league, and they've, climbed 2 spots.
Did they climb or did somebody else just keep falling?
Well, they won. I mean, they beat Dallas and then they beat Arizona. So whoever,
Well, there you go.
Yeah, well, right. All right. So there's that. You got
fuck it.
that
That's
going.
all. I can't
Which is
fake
nice.
excitement.
Bill, April has not been the Penguins' friend. 1-5 in the, or 1-4-1, is it in the month of April? Is there any end in sight to the free fall?
Has nothing to do with April per se. Yeah, you can go back to the 27th in Detroit when they won 11-2 on that Sunday in Detroit as the last game that they outscored anybody in regulation. So yeah, in the 8 games since then, the best they've scratched out is like an overtime win against Nashville. It's nothing short of a free fall, and it's a disaster. The good news is the lead over the Islanders is so big that they've only got to figure out how to get 3 points to go their way, whether the Islanders miss them or they get them. And they've been proving in this streak of futility that even they can pick up a point here and there, get to an overtime, maybe scratch out an overtime win or get probably not a shootout win because they can't do any shootouts. But
You still got Detroit and Philadelphia on your schedule, so I
Yeah,
think
they do.
those are the 2 games.
Look, the playoffs aren't really in question. It's not, that would be nothing short of miraculous. But actually, they probably everybody would probably be doing the Penguins a favor if that were to actually be the eventuality. But yeah, the attention to detail stinks. Everything that was so strong for them when they were playing well earlier this season, it was because the defense was airtight, the penalty kill was spectacular, the goaltending was all-star level, and now none of those things are carrying through, and like there's still some offense there, but it's just not. It's just a very inconsistent game that they're putting on the ice these days. It's a few minutes they look great, and then a few minutes they're getting destroyed, and they're mostly losing. And they're playing good teams, and the other factor is that going back to that first game that they played against the Rangers, even before that Detroit game that they destroyed Detroit that one Sunday, that last win that they had. But even going back before that, that was when Malkin missed a game with some mystery ailment, some non-COVID illness.
Non-COVID illness, right?
That is still ripping through this team. And on any given night, they've got 2 different guys out with this non-COVID illness. And then they come back pretty soon, but like, are they weakened? Are they all like, it's kind of a mystery, and it cannot be a coincidence that this streak of utter horseshit hockey is coinciding with this illness that's been kind of hanging around the team. In the last game, Rust and Rodriguez were out, and when it's an illness and it's a last minute thing, that kind of fucks you up even more so than an injury, because at least if you've got an injury, it generally happened in a game before, and you kind of know you're going in without these guys. And in this case, we're getting these late scratches, and I think they were going with 10 forwards the other night, and it's not it ain't pretty. And when you're struggling and people are also going into the lineup, it's just doubly hard to deal with. Still, the excuses only go so far. They've had opportunities. They've had, even going back to like the loss in Colorado a couple weekends ago, like I noticed late in that game, they got a power play. They pulled the goalie. They had 4 minutes to try to generate something. They didn't get a shot. Like, never mind. Like, I mean, at least, you're going to go to Colorado and lose 3-2. Okay. It's not the end of the world, but like, you got all those opportunities at the end of the game to at least put some pressure on, at least force them to make a play to hold their lead and win that game. And it's been a lot of things like that. Like last night on Long Island, they got to get a power play in overtime, a 4-on-3. I mean, I can't tell you how many scoring chances the Islanders had on that 4-on-3 penalty kill.
That was crazy.
The Islanders damn near won the game, killing that penalty. And the Penguins generated 0 on that power play, and then 0 after the power play was over. So like it's an inconsistent effort. And Raquel's doing well. I think he's playing well. But yeah, there's not a lot of upside outside of that. The defensemen are healthy, but the team defense is just not good. So they've got 7 games left. I still believe in Sullivan and Crosby enough to say, okay, maybe they can get things kind of straightened out before then, but then they're going to draw either Florida or the Rangers in the first round. Man, their game has a long way to go before they're going to be able to even think about competing with either of those teams once the playoffs begin. So we'll see where that goes. Islanders next tomorrow night, and we'll see if they clinch their playoff spot. I guess it's possible that could happen tomorrow if a miracle happens and they outscore somebody in regulation, but we'll see.
So the only team on the Friends and Rivals podcast to have an X next to the name for clinching a playoff spot are your New York Rangers.
Your New York Rangers. Ain't my fucking New York Rangers.
It ain't
Would like to congratulate the New York Rangers for making the playoffs when everybody else called me a homer in the beginning of the year. Thank you.
Last I heard, there was only one person on the Friends and Rivals podcast who gives a shit about where the Rangers are finishing.
I think it was Billy who called me the homer, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think I would do that.
What? Yes, you would. You lie. So, look, we missed a lot with not being here last week, but we clinched the playoff spot last week. We had the Devils, we had the Penguins, we had the Senators, and we whooped all their asses. Then we played a hard-fought game against Carolina last night, and a lot of people were saying, "Hey, we played Carolina good. We were in the game. Statistically, everything was okay. Just a couple of fluky bounces." Well, guess what? They had a great first period, and they dominated the Hurricanes. And then they stopped playing. And then they stopped playing in the offensive zone. Whether Carolina made adjustments or not, which they did, the Rangers did not make adjustments to the other team's adjustments. Okay? So you're not going to win many games. Carolina came out, scored an early goal in the third period, and just completely dominated the third period defensively. They had a good penalty kill. The Rangers didn't muster up any. And to get past the Hurricanes this year is going to be a very monumental task for the New York Rangers. I hate to break it to everybody. If we make it to the first round, we got to play Washington or we got to play Pittsburgh. Yeah, we have a pretty good chance of making it out of the first round. But I don't know that we're going to go much further after that. And a lot of the handicappers out there, and give the Rangers, I think, a 0.07 chance of winning the cup or something like that. It's really crazy considering the team has 102 points and that none of them are expecting them to get past Carolina. And who knows, Carolina may lose in the first round. In the playoffs, anything can happen. And we'll see if the Rangers are a playoff team. Kreider hit goal number 50 last night in the waning moments of the third period to bring the Rangers to within 1. And it's been a banner year for him. Got 7 games left to get to 55 goals. If he does that, he breaks Jaromir Jagr's franchise record for goals in a single season. So countdown is on. Let's see if Kreider can do it. He didn't do it tonight when the Rangers thoroughly dismantled the Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, it's
Fuck Flyers.
Fuck the
Fuck the
Flyers.
Flyers.
I mean, the Flyers are a bust on the road this summer, right? And they got kids from their farm system coming up and playing games, much like the Devils do. So if you're supposed to beat these teams at this time of year. And I'm really happy to see the Rangers didn't play down to their opponent. They played up to their opponent and they beat their opponent. That's what they were supposed to do. You got 7 games left, 5 on home ice, 2 on the road. Those 2 on the road in Long Island and in Boston. But for the time that we're apart, they will have Detroit on Saturday and Winnipeg on Tuesday, both on home ice. They're getting a little bit of a break with the schedule with 2 days off in between each game, which is a good thing. They can use the rest. Lafreniere was a scratch tonight. We got to keep an eye on that. Kakko and Rooney are back from injury. You lose Mott. So they're saying he might not be back until unless there's a deep playoff run. So that there's a significant upper body injury, the team is saying. So we're going to miss out on a player that we acquired at the deadline to be that fast, that fourth liner, that pain in the ass type of player. So we'll see if the fill out of the roster can push Goudreau down to the fourth line and really make that fourth line what it's meant to be. So it's going to be, I'm excited. I can't wait for the playoffs. Let's go. Let's go.
And now it's time for Trivia with Bill. Yuck.
Now this is the wrong Bill.
Thank you, Steve,
Out
for
the yuck now.
the always spirited intro. Who scored the goal that gave Wayne Gretzky his final points recorded in an Oilers sweater?
Trick question, Wayne Gretzky.
He bounced it off the boards himself.
That would have been a good one, but he's not on the multiple choice. No,
I'm
it's
going to say
Gretzky.
Grant Fuhr.
That's gonna be my guess.
Was it really?
Grant Fuhr's not going to be as prolific of a scorer as say Shesterkin, but no, it was not him.
Connor McDavid.
No, you got to think. Actually, Connor McDavid would be the answer to a lot of Oilers trivia. He's
Yeah, that's why I said it.
But you got to actually think of the era that Wayne Gretzky played in, which ended his Oilers career ended before McDavid was born.
Peter Klima.
No, not Peter Klima. There is multiple choice.
Rosie Ruzicka.
No.
No. Damn. Zarly Zalapsky.
No. Actually, his first name and his last name do not
James
start with the same
Patrick.
letter if you want that hint. James Patrick was. Oh, did he ever play for the Oilers?
I don't know.
He's not the answer, but
I'm sorry, what was the clue? His first name and last name have letters in it? I didn't hear the
Consonants and vowels, Steve.
lucky guess.
Brian
it-
Richmond.
No,
Was it Jimmy Carson?
Jimmy Carson. No, didn't wasn't he in the Gretzky trade?
was it Johnny Carson?
Johnny Carson.
Oh no! It would then. If it wasn't Carson, it
wasn't
was
Johnny
Martin
Carson.
Jelena.
Martin
Jelena.
Jelena. What are you thinking? No, not Martin Jelena.
Was it Pavel Bure?
No, you should be thinking of guys who played for the
These guys
Oilers
just started
during
naming
that time.
Canucks. I just thought it was
Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
Not Ted Nugent Hopkins, no.
I'm sorry, Ryan Strome. He played for the Oilers.
Darnell Nurse.
Hello, nurse. No.
You got to think older, Tom. You got to think older.
Was it
Gordie Howe.
Glenn Sather.
Pretty. No. Glenn Sather, I think, was the GM.
Ron Lowe. Older. You got it.
Ron Lowe.
Kevin Lowe?
Not even Kevin Lowe.
No, Ron Lowe. He was a goaltender. He's a Ranger coach.
No,
Rob
are you
Lowe?
thinking Rob Lowe?
No. And it's
The
not
actor?
Rob- there's no B in his name either, by the way.
Marty
Well,
McSorley.
actually, there is a B in his name, but it's not.
Oh, I love that guess because it was actually a possibility. No, it wasn't Marty McSorley, but so appreciate that guess.
Should we?
There's multiple choice.
Should we?
Luke Robitaille.
No.
Did you wait? I'm sorry. Didn't you say the first name and the last name started with the same letter?
No, they do not start with this. They do not start with the same letter, the first name and the last name.
Okay.
Because Tom was just starting to just go down that
Okay.
rabbit hole.
Tomas Sandstrom.
No.
Yari Curry.
Yari Curry is a fantastic guess. It was not him. I wish it was.
Paul Korea.
Oh, good one. That's a good one.
Not Paul Korea.
Paulina Gretzky.
He must have assisted making that. I don't know.
Don't like the Dustin Johnson her. Oof. Mark Recchi.
No. Multiple choice.
Okay. Give us some multiple choice options.
Okay, A, Mark Messier, which I already kind of give a hint that indicates it's not him. B, Issa Tikkanen. C, Yari Curry, who we said it was not. And D, Craig Simpson. So
I'm going to go
it's
A, Mark
50-50.
Messier.
That's a Tikkanen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let me say
Was
Mark
Yari
Messier.
Curry, final answer.
That's a Tikkanen. Final answer.
And all three of them are wrong.
What?
So it's the other guy,
Craig Robinson?
Simpson?
Craig Simpson.
Oh my God, Craig Robinson
Oh.
played with Wayne Gretzky? Oh my God.
Craig Simpson.
Must have been.
Craig Simpson.
Craig Simpson.
My goodness.
And now it's time for impressions with Nick.
Fucking great.
Well, wait. We have a calling. We have a caller. We have the hotlines ringing.
Oh no, it's
Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hello? Y'all here?
Hey,
Y'all hear me?
Randy. How are you, buddy?
no.
I'm doing just swell. How are y'all doing
Oh,
tonight?
we're doing great. I was hoping you'd call in.
I heard you on my CB radio. I was sitting on my porch and I tuned into the right channel and I figured I'd give it a call and see if y'all would let me on the show.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't we?
Great.
How's Rhonda?
Rhonda's sleeping right now. We don't want to wake her. She'll make a ruckus. We're well past her hours of wake. She did some prayer and she went to sleep. We don't want to wake the beast on that one. If y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, no, Randy, we don't know what you mean because we don't speak stupid.
But hey, Randy. We had our top 5 ice creams tonight. Do you have what? Give me your number 1 ice cream.
Well, I have a top 5.
Oh, you do?
Tom.
I didn't want to put you on the spot.
Oh, great.
I loved y'all's flavors. A few of mine were up there, but I have some of my own, so I figured I
course you
give you
do.
my top 5.
Oh, that sounds great.
Rodeo raspberry.
The floor is yours.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Breyer's Neapolitan ice cream is my number 5. I like having all the
He only
flavors.
eats 2 flavors. I'll let you decide which 2 he eats.
It's incorrect, Stephen. I like to eat a little bit of everything at once. Get a little bit of strawberry, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of the chocolate, all in one. That's my favorite.
You are preaching to the choir. Poof.
My number 4 is Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Mr. Garcia's music, but I do love his ice cream. It is fantastic. I love that cherry flavor in that vanilla ice cream. It is one of my favorites.
You put
for
cherry
sure.
in anything, it's delicious. Oh.
It is. You are correct, sir.
Next.
My number 3 is Dairy Queen Soft Serve Vanilla dipped in chocolate.
Yep.
So
Well,
you
that
get
violates the
hard
rules. Go
chocolate
on to your next
and eat
one. You
right.
don't even know the rules. Move on.
Thank
I
you,
like
Steven.
that soft serve plain. That's
I
good.
love
That
the
plain
soft
soft serve.
I can't take it out of my top 5. It's one of my favorites. Sorry,
Well,
sir.
that's great.
My number 2, also from Briars, butter pecan. One of my favorite
Oh my God,
flavors.
that's such a hillbilly flavor.
I'm
that's
really
good
surprised
stuff.
nobody said
Fantastic.
butter pecan.
That
I'm
is
so
such a
surprised.
fucking
That could have been
redneck
my
flavor.
honorable mention. That could
I
have been my
couldn't
honorable
agree with you
mention.
more. You don't know how good it is until you're eating it, and you're like, God damn! I always forget how good this shit is.
It's very difficult to not eat the whole entire pint when you're taking a few bites. It's
Randy, do you eat
fantastic.
your ice cream out of a mason jar by chance? You people
mean,
seem to
they
do
don't
everything out of a
serve-
mason jar.
They don't serve ice cream typically out of a mason jar. It would melt. It's not really good at keeping the cold in. There's no real top. You have to really put it somewhere in the ice cream section.
Randy,
and
I
it
don't know if
doesn't
you know
have
this,
that.
but bowls don't have tops as well, and you put ice cream in a bowl.
Well, true. You
Okay,
don't-
what's your number
you
one
don't
there?
Eat your drink either, but
What's
that's just me.
Yeah, what's number one there, buddy?
My number 1 is Baskin Robbins praline and cream ice cream.
Oh my God.
It is fantastic. If
I
you've
gotta
never
tell
had
you,
it,
Randy, I've never had pralines and cream. Can
No,
you describe
of
what
course you haven't.
it is, what it tastes like?
well, have you ever had pralines?
No. Can you go slow?
I
No,
mean, I
please,
can go
just-
slow. I don't want to bore Steve.
Everything this fucking guy does
is
is
in a
slow.
rush.
Everything
I'm
he
well
does
aware.
is slow.
I'll leave it for you, the audience,
A
and for the
praline,
hosts
to
to try
Christ,
yourself
forget it.
and be surprised at how good it tastes. I think it's a good thing to go give it a shot. You'll like it.
The next time I have the opportunity, Randy, I am going to take it.
Well, thank you, Stephen. I really appreciate
It's
that.
Tom. You don't even know the people's names. His name is Tom.
It's Thomas.
Yes. So you say thank you,
Haven't-
Thomas. Don't say thank you,
haven't you-
Stephen. I don't want you to think that
haven't
I'm
you-
saying anything to you that you need to say thank you for.
Stephen, haven't you known Thomas long enough to call him by his full name? You only call him Tom. You don't
Yes,
have
but
it-
at
you
least
don't
I call
respect
him by the right name. I don't call him Sam like you just
Okay.
called him Steve.
I didn't call him Stephen. I call him Thomas. You have to get the beeswax out.
Get back on your
ears,
ham radio and listen to what you just said, and you'll see that you fucked up.
You're very angry today. Almost
Just
like
at
you're
you.
not making the playoffs. I
Just
don't
at-
know what
just
it
at
is.
You fucking turkey jerk.
Don't know what it is, sir. So I have a little update on the Hurricanes, if you'd like to
Please.
hear.
Absolutely.
Not really.
Fire
Nope.
away.
Not really.
Tell me
When
all
when
about
the
it.
playoffs on, would you be available to come on? Maybe even as much as weekly to give us an update on
No.
I'll check my schedule, but I a good chance I can make time happen.
whenever you can, sir.
Well, thank you, Thomas.
My pleasure.
So,
Hey guys,
for all the
do you know why
Hurricanes-
Randy crossed the road?
Why?
Because he was fucking the chicken.
That's just crude. But thank you. Thank you, Stephen,
Allegedly.
for your
Allegedly.
candor. So for this week for the Hurricanes, we went 3-1 with wins over Buffalo, New York Rangers, Anaheim, and we had a loss to the pesky Islanders. We were up 4 points on the Rangers. I think at this time, though, there's only 2 because the Rangers won tonight, if I'm not mistaken, Thomas.
That's 100% correct, Randy.
All
That's
right.
great reporting, sir.
Well, we have 2 points up on the Rangers for the top spot in the Metropolitan Division with 8 games to go. Which we have 2 games with the Devils, one against Arizona and one against Detroit, who has not been playing too well. So I think there's a pretty good chance we can hold the Rangers off. It's going to be a little tough, but I think we can do it. We had some bad news. We haven't scored in the last 17 power play attempts, which our last goal in the power play was in March. Been a little tough in that department. We have 3-3 in April so far, but I think we can turn the corner. Team looked pretty good in the last game against the Rangers. The good news, to end the night on some good news, Jordan Stahl had a hat trick in his game against the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
He hasn't scored all season, goddammit, and now he cannot not score.
That's correct. It was his first hat trick in 10 years with the Hurricanes. Can you believe that?
That is unbelievable. What a stat. Stat of the night.
His third in his career. He had 2 with Pittsburgh in his previous 6 years. So he's had 6 goals in his last 4 games, on making it 14 on the year.
All he's doing is adding. That's all he's doing.
I mean, it's a useful thing to do, Steven, to be able to add numbers together. Ask Billy. He corrects you all the time.
That math is correct.
He doesn't
Good
correct anybody.
Well, thank you all.
I
I
don't
just
know.
wanted to give a little update on the Carolina Hurricanes and chime in with my ice cream favorites.
Great.
So I really appreciate your
Bye-bye.
time, fellas.
All right. See you
We
later.
really appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to seeing you in the playoffs.
Bye, Randy.
Good ice cream choices.
I'll enjoy the conversation, Thomas. And
I can't
Billy.
wait.
Bye, Randy.
So long, Steven.
See ya.
He's gonna pray for you, man.
He's the best, man.
He really is. Just the pralines and cream, man. I can't believe.
Oh, that is so hillbilly. Come on.
Oh. No, the butter pecan. Oh man, sounds so delicious. Nick, you missed Randy again.
Yeah, Nick, how is Randy?
Oh, I understand.
You always seem
I
to
fell
go to the
asleep, guys.
bathroom.
I'm sorry, dude.
What the
I've been
hell?
yawning nonstop. It's a long,
Crazy.
long day.
I mean, I know we're boring, but
Blacked out
the
there.
fact that you fell
Do you
asleep.
enjoy the banter
Yes.
between Randy and Steve when you listen to the show
it's-
back?
Oh, yeah, I do enjoy it. I listen afterwards. You know, it's always good. Usually it's one-sided. I mean, usually, Steve can't say much other than.
One of these days, we got to sit Nick and Randy down to have a conversation with one another.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
It's but just to talk hockey and just the Canes Islanders back and forth would be a very interesting conversation.
It'd be a very long conversation. As you guys know, I can talk a lot.
Maybe you could do that one week when I'm not on.
I think we do it every week.
The Randy takeover episode.
Oh, that would, yeah, please.
Oh,
Let me
that's-
know when that is. I
boy.
will be mowing the
boy.
lawn that night.
All right, let's go to this date in Steve's stomach.
Oh, that feels better.
It's going to bring us to the year of our Lord, 2011.
No comment from last week's What's in Steve's Stomach from you, though, huh?
No, it was unnecessary. Last week's episode didn't even happen.
Oh, it did.
Speaking of
And
mowing
the
the
ratings,
lawn,
and the ratings proved that. Okay, so please go to October 17th. October 17th. That would be a Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
That was a Monday. You are 100% correct.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This might shock you guys.
You had breakfast?
I did not have breakfast that day.
Oh, man.
Lunch was a Caesar side salad from Wendy's and a 5-piece chicken nugget with a Coca-Cola Classic.
Classic.
And dinner was at a little place I like to call Big Shots for a guy's night out. We started with nachos as an appetizer. And then I had a mozzarella cheeseburger and fries, washing that all down with 2 beers.
Beer?
I had beer that night.
drink beer.
Whoa!
Crazy.
Whoa!
Coors Light.
Probably, it was probably, I didn't write down what beer.
You have to imagine it was.
Yeah, but I would imagine it was Coors Light.
Yeah.
So, Tom, why did you pick this day, October 17th, which was 3 days shy of the Loretta triplets' 6-month birthday?
Well, apparently there was a couple that jumped out of an airplane while having sex skydiving. That's what happened October 17th, 2011.
Wow.
Well, did he come or what?
I don't know. Apparently, it's
Jesus, man. Some questions are just too sacred to ask.
nice if you ever had a song created on a plane. But porn star and in his spare time, skydiving instructor Alex Torres, aka Voodoo, and Hope Howell, the receptionist at the skydiving Taft.
Bill, she on the list?
No, but I know Voodoo.
Of course you do. They did it in midair while skydiving. God bless them. God bless them.
Tom, do you want to know an interesting little fact?
Always.
If you picked the day before or the day after, it would have been days that we went running.
Me and you?
Yeah. Do you know how many times we went running?
I'm guessing twice.
Probably twice.
No, it was 3 times. We did once at Rutgers.
Okay.
I did join for a 5K, but I don't recall any other time. I can barely recall the 2 times we went running.
We ran 2 miles on the 16th with Bill, and then we ran a 5K on the 18th.
Well, that might have been. Wow.
And on the 18th, I had a pumpernickel bagel for lunch.
Was that the time we ran? And on that, you sure we didn't run that day?
No, we did not run on the 17th.
There was a day that I remember running, and we had a GNO that night, and I drank, and I didn't drink any water, but the beer like hit me instantaneously, and I was hammered.
Oh, that's the best part of like getting good exercise.
Holy shit!
Have that follow-up beer just
hard.
Woo! 1 beer, yeah.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our show this week. Good to be back. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at friends_arrivals. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We will read them on the air. I did check before we came on. There was nothing. Turn on notifications for our podcast so you never miss an episode of the Friends and Bibles podcast. Billy, Daddy's back. Say something witty.
Tom, I'm just so happy that you're back. Oh, wait, shit. You said witty, not sarcastic. I fucked up.
That's just me. It's just me. You can sing us out now. Shut up.
Oh, my friends and rivals. Fly as fuck, fly as fuck.